Good day, good people. Welcome back to Collector's Quest, and thank you so much for joining me on another gaming adventure. The mission is simple. I'm going to go to my 3 local CEXs and pick up every single survival horror game I need for my collection. Now obviously, there are a couple of tidbits and a couple of rules to that. If the game is in bad condition, I won't be adding it to the collection. No manual, again, no fly. I'm going to pick up every single game that looks good. It's a survival horror game in good condition on a console I collect for. With that said, let's hit the first CEX. The first stop on this horror game challenge is going to be Merry Hills, so let's get in there and see what we can find. I still can't believe this got a remaster on the PlayStation 5. Only came out on the PS4. £35 though, very expensive. Yeah, save yourself £25 and just get it on the PS4. £10. Not played it. Someone let me know down below what they think of it. This got pretty bad reviews when it came out back in like 2021, I want to say, from Bloober Team, the guys behind Silent Hill 2 remake. But yeah, not for me, thank you very much. Is there anything more quintessential than Resident Evil? I do have all these in the collection, but yeah, you could pretty much have all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Haven't got 5 or 6. Revelations, so yeah, pretty cool stuff. Village, just missing 6 and 5. Damn it, definitely would have picked that up, but as you can see, the dirty cover reprint, Alan Wake remastered. Meant to be really good, but yeah, not today, sunshine. I thought these were meant to be quite scary, but only rated 12. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's keep looking anyway for the PS4. These are really good. I played seasons 1 and 2 of The Walking Dead. Yeah, excellent games, highly recommend those. But again, got it in the collection.
I don't know what happened, but I'll look after you. Everybody, run!
So, Merry Hill CEX was very good to me. I picked up 3 games on this challenge. The first one being a game on the Wii, Resident Evil 0. Before the mansion, before the disaster, evil is born. The STARS Bravo team scramble to investigate a series of grisly murders that have taken place in Raccoon City. On the way to the scene, Bravo's helicopter mysteriously crashes into the nearby mountain. Although everyone survives, nothing could prepare them for the horrors they discover next. So yeah, I didn't know Resident Evil 0 got a release on the Wii. With this added to my collection, I think I've got all of the Resident Evil games on the Wii. I've got 0, 1, 4 and the 2 light gun games, so yeah. Really happy to find this out in the wild. I believe, doing some research, this is a straight up port of the GameCube version. Obviously came out after the remake of Resident Evil on the GameCube. I played a decent amount of this. It's okay, quite cheesy. At the start of the game, there's some guy on a mountain singing opera music because reasons, right? I really enjoyed the co-op like mechanics, even though it isn't co-op, with Billy, and I think the other character is Rebecca. Been a while since I played this. I think I played it on the channel a couple of months ago. But yeah, not held in the highest regard compared to the OG Resident Evil game on the GameCube. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you knew this and the original Resident Evil got a release on the Wii. Really, really interesting find, and one that you don't see all too common. Going over to the PlayStation 4, you know me, I love collecting for the PlayStation 4, and there was a bucket load of survival horror games on the PlayStation 4 that I could have added to my collection. I picked up 2 on this occasion. The first one being a copy of Maida Skier. We'll go with Skier. Brave the nightmares of the quiet ones. Do not panic. Don't even breathe. Maida Skier is a first-person survival horror game set in a remote hotel. Experiences gory and macabre world inspired by infamous British folklore. So this game is very much inspired by Amnesia, Outlast, those games where you're helpless, you're completely powerless. All you can do is run, hide, you can't fight back. And doing a bit of research, this looks really cool. Like I mentioned on the back of the box, got that British folklore, so similar to Victorian time, British era. Looks really, really scary. So again, let me know in the comments down below if you played this. And for £15, not too expensive, and it has got a fairly psychological, mind-bending story from what I've read. the brief snippet that I looked at online. So yeah, check it out if you're interested, and if you enjoy playing games like Amnesia, like Outlast, where you're not fighting back, you are running away. Check it out, man. And the final game I picked up from Hill CEX, my weebiness is coming out, my JRPG sensibilities are coming out. This is a Japanese game through and through, and that game is Spirit Hunter NG. Beware the creeping horror. Face the nightmares you thought were merely urban legends. Uncover a dark mystery, making deadly decisions just to survive. The choices you make determine your fate and affect the lives of everyone around you. So like I said, this is a Japanese game through and through, and it's actually a visual novel game. And I think this is a puzzle kind of game where there isn't a lot of agency, there isn't a lot of gameplay. It's a very basic visual novel game with a really intriguing story. As you can see, very graphical, very scary, very macabre, and I do like visual novel games from time to time. I just have to be in the mood. Typically, I do like a bit more gameplay in my visual novel games. Think of the Telltale games, the Somnium Files, Danganronpa, those kind of visual novel games. I don't think I've played a visual novel game where it is just a lot of reading, a lot of lore dumps, a lot of scrolling through text. I haven't really played a game like that, so I don't know if this one's going to be right up my alley, but I mean, just look at the front cover, man. It's so mysterious, so creepy looking, and it is fairly expensive, £30. Not the cheapest one, but if you want something a bit different, something that's going to give you a fairly unique experience, and you do like visual novel games, then check it out. It also got released on the Switch and the PS Vita this year. Plenty of options to check this one out. So those are the 3 games added to the collection from Hill CEX. There were a couple of other games I was interested in, but for whatever reason, it was either a dirty cover reprint, the condition wasn't up to scratch, so yeah, had to leave them behind. I think I mentioned on the footage I wanted to pick up Alan Wake Remastered, but a dirty cover reprint. I would have definitely picked up Alan Wake 2, but it didn't feel right picking up the second one without picking up the first one, so we'll get that in a future video. I was also interested in the OG Resident Evil on the PlayStation 1, but after taking a look, it was behind the till. I took a look and it was a nasty Virgin Classics cover. And I don't know about you, but I hate those Virgin Classics. I think I had one for the Ubisoft Classics on the PlayStation 1. I just want the default OG PlayStation 1 front cover. I don't know, call me picky, call me anal, but there's no way I was picking up Resident Evil for £35 with that nasty front cover, so we'll pick it up on a future hunt. And from Hill CEX, we went to Dudley CEX, so on to the next one. So the streak continues. Got another horror game from Dudley CEX, a game I've been really intrigued to check out, so yeah, happy with that one. On to the next one. So Dudley CEX wasn't quite as fruitful as Hill CEX. I only picked up 1 game. There was another game I was definitely interested in, but it was very expensive, and on this particular hunt I didn't want to spend nearly £250. It was, of course, Rule of Rose on the PlayStation 2. That game, it's gone from being one of the rarest games, a game that you never see on any hunt, to being a game you can pretty much go into any CEX, any retro gaming shop and pick up. So I figured for right now, I'll leave it, pick it up on a future video, pick it up whenever, right, it doesn't really matter. But the one game that I did pick up from Dudley CEX, I've been intrigued by this game, I've been really interested in playing this, and I believe it got a remaster sometime this year, maybe last year, but I figured pick up the OG on the PlayStation 2, and for £8 you can't go wrong, I don't think. So the game I picked up on the PlayStation 2 is The Thing. Where the movie ended, the true terror begins. In the frozen wastelands of Antarctica, a mysterious shape-shifting alien life form has wiped out an American scientific outpost. You're Captain Blake, leader of a military rescue team sent out to investigate the carnage. Trapped by the elements and infected by a horrific enemy, you must keep your squad together, control their fear, gain their trust, and you might just survive. So, as I've gone through and read from the back of the box, The Thing is based on a film. Never heard of it, never watched it, so let me know down below. Is it a classic? Do I need to get on it? And like I said, this got a remaster in 2025, 2024. Meant to be a pretty decent remaster, but I figured for £8, pick it up and check it out. And there's quite a few of these lower budget PlayStation 2 survival horror games. There's this one, there's also Cold Fear. I think that's like a £20 game, so not all of the games on the PlayStation 2 in the survival horror genre need to break the bank, you know. I love picking up Project Zero, The Haunting Grounds, Forbidden Siren, games like that this year, but not everything has to break the bank, and this one looks really cool. So definitely one I need to check out sooner rather than later. And again, let me know if you watched the film or played this game. It looks really intriguing. And on the back of the box, got a really cool sticker from a retro gaming shop in Norwich. So big shout out to everyone based in Norwich. Let me know if you know that store. Let me know if you recognise the sticker. Just a cool piece of history, right? So The Thing was the only thing that I picked up from Dudley CEX. Did you like that there? From Dudley CEX, I went to Hazone CEX, and typically I don't find anything or much of anything at Hazone CEX, and today was the same case. So I didn't find anything on my hunt at Hazone CEX, nothing that I really wanted to add to the collection. I had a copy of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis for the PlayStation 1, but again, didn't feel right picking up 3 when I have even got 1 or 2 in the collection, so I left that one behind. So what I figured I'd do, I would recommend games that I've got in my collection that are in stock at Hazone. I had 3 really cool games in stock and I've got them in the collection, so I'm going to recommend those to you guys. So the first game I'm going to recommend is on the PlayStation 2, and it's The Suffering. Prison is hell. Experience the terror as you fight your way out of a maximum security prison overrun with ghastly creatures. Your desperate bid to escape this horrific prison and the island that surrounds it is only the beginning as you learn the truth behind the suffering. So The Suffering, I think there's 2 games in the series, obviously The Suffering and The Suffering 2. Only got this one in the collection, and I think it's a £18 game. Looks really cool. I mean, just look at the front cover, man. It looks horrific, terrifying. And the thing that stood out to me about this game, I haven't played it, so just a heads up to you guys, but the thing that really stood out to me is the awesome looking monsters and the overall character design, and reminds me of Silent Hill. I don't know if the character designs and the monster designs have a significant impact on the story like Silent Hill, where everything is a metaphor, everything has meaning, the monsters relate back to the character and their overall pain and grief, but overall looks to be a really cool game and one that I'm definitely intrigued to play. So again, let me know down below if you played it, and like I said, this is in stock at Hazone for £18. Sticking with the PlayStation 2, I got a game in a familiar franchise in an unfamiliar format. Again, never knew this existed. Picked it up probably a year ago, 18 months ago, and it's a really intriguing looking game. And that game is Resident Evil Dead Aim. The fight continues with stars getting ever closer. The Umbrella Corporation has moved many of its activities away from the mainland and is planning new experiments at a secret location. Enter Bruce McGivern, pursuit team agent sent to infiltrate a hijacked luxurious ocean liner as it sails across the Atlantic Ocean and investigate its link to Umbrella. So you might be asking, what's so weird about a Resident Evil game? You know, there's tons of Resident Evil games. The thing that stands out about this game is actually a light gun game. So doing some research for this video, you actually play the game in third person, but then when you aim, it goes into first person, similar to a light gun game. You can actually connect up the G-Con 2 and the G-Con 45, which are light guns on the PlayStation 2. The Dead Aim is a series that started on the PlayStation 1. I think there's 3 games in this entire series, this being the last one on the PlayStation 2, so yeah. Really cool. And like I mentioned earlier, there are a couple of light gun games on the Wii in Resident Evil, so let me know if you checked it out and let me know, is it worth playing on my new CRT once I've got that all set up. I do want to explore some light gun games, so let me know if this is one worth checking out. But yeah, just real cool. And I don't know many, if any, light gun games where you explore the game like a traditional third person game. but then when you aim, it goes into the light gun mode. Yeah, looks really cool. I don't know if in practice it's going to be quite clunky and quite cumbersome to play, but you got to love it, right? You got to love the innovation. So yeah, let me know down below if you played Resident Evil Dead Aim. And the final game they had in stock at Hazone CEX I want to recommend to you guys is a copy of Signalis on the Nintendo Switch. Remember our promise: discover terrifying secrets, challenging puzzles, and nightmarish creatures in a tense and melancholic experience of cosmic dread and classic psychological survival horror. Everything I've seen of this game just screams old school PlayStation 1 survival horror, and it also has key fundamentals of a survival horror game. You got limited inventory space, you got classical puzzles, a lot of backtracking. It just screams psychological survival horror on the PlayStation 1, similar to games like Resident Evil. And the thing that stands out about this game is the unreal, amazing looking pixel art. Just looks fantastic, and it just blends the nostalgic and modern vibes of this game, and it all comes together in a real cool package. And it is about £30, £35 on the Nintendo Switch, but if you don't collect for the Switch or you haven't got one in your collection, then you can pick it up on the PlayStation 4. So yeah, everything I've seen about Signalis just screams old school survival horror. So definitely check it out if you love those older, more retro survival horror games. And there we have it, guys. I've added 4 awesome looking survival horror games to the collection. Really happy with what we picked up on this hunt, and I'm really intrigued to jump into these this coming Halloween. I am still playing and making my way through Silent Hill F, so once I finish that, I'll definitely be checking out one of those games or one of the many games on the PlayStation 2 in my backlog. But now I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your favourite survival horror games? Have you been collecting for this genre? What would you have picked up from CEX? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there in the comments, if you haven't done so already, smash the like button and subscribe to the Collector's Quest channel for more game hunts, CEX adventures, and everything around video game collecting. And on screen now, you'll see the winner of 2 awesome hidden gems on the PlayStation 4 we announced in a recent video. So if you see your name on the screen now, hit me up on email or on Instagram, and we'll get these amazing PS4 games sent out to you. And as always, good luck on your game hunts and collecting adventures. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll catch you in the next one. So, as I went through, this game is very much inspired by Insomnia, Amnesia.